It never fails. Every time we head to Joshua Tree National Park, we see something new and awesome. So we thought it was about time we made a list of 9 amazing things that you should see on your next visit to the park. The first one might confuse you just a little bit because it's not actually inside of Joshua Tree National Park, but it is located just outside the park's 29 Palms entrance, and we love the Glass Outhouse Art Gallery so much that we think that it belongs on the list. On our first visit to the gallery, we were expecting to see just a small roadside attraction, but this place definitely exceeded our expectations. Some of our favorite pieces here include the giant Pepsi can and the tiny chapel. The chapel is open 24 hours a day, and believe it or not, you can actually have your wedding here if you want to. And if you decide to visit, be sure to head back towards the back of the gallery where you will see the star of the show, the one and only Glass Outhouse. Also, if you stop by during open hours, be sure to check out the indoor gallery. It changes about every 3 months, so there's always something new to see there. Stop number 2 on our list has been a long-time favorite of ours, and it is Arch Rock. The hike to Arch Rock is nice, easy, and almost flat, and it comes in at right around 1.2 miles round trip. Not only is it a great beginner's hike, but it's also very beautiful as well. There was quite a few years where V and I would visit the Arch every single time we stopped by the park, but recently we've tried to expand our horizons and see everything else that Joshua Tree has to offer. If you're looking for a little bit of added fun, be sure to continue past the Arch. There's a little bit of rock scrambling involved, but you can find this cool tunnel that'll take you around to the backside of the Arch, which is a view that not too many people get to see. Not only is Stop 3 a cool spot to visit, but it has great historical significance as well. It is Samuelson's Rocks. This 4-mile round-trip, hard-to-follow trail will take you all the way back to the rocks that Mr. Samuelson hand-carved all the way back in the early 1920s. It's hard to imagine living this far out in the middle of the desert, but obviously it was a different time back then. One thing is for sure though, Mr. Samuelson was not short on opinions, and he was definitely not afraid to share them. If you make the hike out, you'll be able to find 7 large carved boulders scattered around on this hill. But be advised, there is hardly any shade on this hike, and I would not recommend doing it during the warmer months. Stop 4 on our list brings us to the Cholla Cactus Garden. These cactus have earned themselves several nicknames: teddy bear cactus, jumping cactus, but one thing's for sure, you don't want to mess with them. Just brushing past one of these cactus can have you packed full of sharp barbed needles. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. As painful as these cactus are, they're beautiful to look at, especially if you visit at sunset because the needles appear to glow in the evening light and it makes for a great photo op. We are already halfway through the list and we are at number 5, which is the Hidden Valley Trail. This is another easy hike that comes in at 1 mile and only 100 feet of elevation gain. That is, unless you want to climb the rocks to get a better view of the area, then the elevation might be a little bit more. In addition to the beautiful views, this spot also has historical significance as well. Way back in 1937, pioneer Bill Keys took dynamite and blasted a hole through the wall so he could keep his cattle in this valley. The hole that he blasted is actually what you walk through at the beginning of the hiking trail. Stop number 6 on our list is also located in Hidden Valley, and it is probably the most exciting stop on this list. It is the infamous Chasm of Doom. This stop is definitely not for everybody. If you are prone to claustrophobia or you think you might get stuck here, I would just skip it. But if you've come to the park looking for adventure, this is the place for you. One of the most notorious spots inside the Chasm of Doom is known as either the birthing canal or the coffin. As you can see here, it is very tight and a little bit intense. As much as I'm not a fan of tight spaces, this is one of my favorite places in the park just because it's a wild adventure. Moving back to something a little bit more mellow again, at stop number 7 we have the Barker Dam Trail. This is another easy hike in the park with a distance of only 1.3 miles and a simple elevation gain of 62 feet. This hike also features Indian petroglyphs that were interestingly enough painted over by Disney, along with open plains and picturesque views on your way to the dam. If you're lucky enough to visit during a super rainy season, you might be able to see the dam with water in it. However, when we visited, we weren't that lucky. As you can see here by V's wonderful demonstration, the water can actually get pretty high at times. Hopefully we'll get to see it filled up one day. There are only 2 stops left to go, and coming in at number 8 is the Geology Tour Scenic Drive. To enjoy this adventure, I would say that high clearance is necessary and 4-wheel drive is not a bad idea, just in case you get into trouble. If you have both of those covered, you'll have the opportunity to drive out on the bumpy washboard roads into some of the beautiful nature that Joshua Tree National Park has to offer. The drive comes in at around 18 miles long, but until you hit the loop at the end, it's 2 lanes wide and you could turn around at any time. Last but not least on our list is number 9, the Hall of Horrors. This place is paradise if you like to climb and rock scramble, and it's also equally as beautiful if you just want to stay on the flat trail. There are so many neat little slot canyons and caves here, and I'm sure we haven't found them all. We definitely need to go back and see what else we can find. One great thing is that all of the fun spots inside the Hall of Horrors are not too far from the parking lot, so it can be one stop of many on your next visit to the park. Well, that's going to do it for our list of 9 amazing stops in Joshua Tree National Park. Is there anything that you think should have been on the list? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoy our adventures, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified when we make new videos. Check us out on Instagram at thatadventurelife_official, and for more awesome things to do in Joshua Tree National Park, head on over to thatadventurelife.com.